Hello everybody. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome back. We are going to be playing some more Disco Elysium today. Just make sure everything looks good on the stream. Seems to be. Okay, so yeah, a couple hours of Disco Elysium. I know this has been the Rule the Waves slot lately. That's going to be coming on Thursday, the next Rule the Waves stream, I would expect. So, for today, let's get started. Hey detectives, welcome to the crew. I'm Sea Lord Janda, and this is my Let's Play of Disco Elysium. In the last episode, we made our way through the dockyard, and we're about to talk to the boss here. His name was Claire or something, I think. At least I assume this is him. Hardly looks like it could be anybody else.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
He is a bit of a walrus of a man, huh?
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. With a mixture of expectation and impatience, well bottled.
You in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite his giant desk. Great power move.
I'm Evrart Claire, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
Good grief, man. Yeah, a real representative of the workers here, huh?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Okay, well, let's take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Try to wink back.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair
Dying
in the
to this
world.
chair.
It's violating your backside.
By the
Unfortunate.
way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically large.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again. Well, this sounds like bribery.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
You know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Ugh. I know it's not technically ethical per se for an officer of the law to accept a bribe, but on the other hand, we need the money, so...
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No, it's cool. I totally got integrity.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically
Impressive.
oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays.
Sure, it's very cool of Evrart.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Evrart. I don't like how much he knows about us.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun.
Yeah. Oh dear. My morale is dying due to...
The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Yeah, that seems clear. How would you happen to know about my lost gun?
I know everything, Harry. Right now, I know that you're worried. Don't be worried. Everything's going to be all right.
Wait. Is my name Harry? Is my real name Dubois? We don't even know this. He knows our name better than we do.
It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
We definitely left it loaded.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Hey, Kim?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Claire's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Are we just gonna straight up die now?
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Well, I'm sure they would only shoot themselves a little. So what? Men can cry too.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting.
Well.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
Oh.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eaten them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Well, I think we've just failed due to lack of morale. That's unfortunate. You know what? Nobody even likes
Yes,
cops.
it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
He says with a sad half
Nothing
smile.
you can say would make you feel any better now. Cop gives up the detective genre for social realism. Another police officer resigned from the RCM following a nervous breakdown. He now lives under a bridge, drinking and occasionally throwing excrement at passers-by, shouting, "I never loved that woman." When asked to comment, former colleagues objected to the theory that his psychological disintegration was precipitated by his wife leaving him. "It's because the Furrows lost that match," said Captain Ptolemy Price, once the man's superior officer. "It's because he couldn't get a big gun from acquisitions, and anyway, police work really burns you out after a while," Satellite Officer Jean-Vic Mayer, the deranged former cop's partner, commented. Sergeant Matt Torson, another former colleague, did not propose any theories, merely saying, whatever happened to him wasn't about birds. He got fucked, that's all.
I see. Well, that didn't go well. Let's try that again. Try not to have a complete mental breakdown. I don't actually know if we can pass this conversation without getting more morale healing items.
Before you is with a
Mr.
mixture
Claire.
of expectation and impatience.
Oh. Let's get straight to business. There's a dead body in a tree.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
I think we need to not have a seat. That hurt us a lot.
I'm Evrart Claire. I'd offer you my hand.
He looks extremely comfortable.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
I never did ask about my name. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
I'm not sure I can survive taking a seat. Let's try it once.
Excellent,
more.
Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Damn, this chair's
So
uncomfortable.
tell me, how can the head of...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most
Oh,
uncomfortable
that only
chair
hurt my
in the
health.
world.
That's fine.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather... This should be sufficient to...
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Yes, I know.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least...
I might have to refuse the check, though, even though I'm bankrupt. But, fine, keep the check. Keep the check.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair. To be fair, it was only 25 real, and I think I need like 130 or something, so...
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lot...
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an
Yeah,
echo.
see, this is a problem.
Lost gun. The world is swallowed by it. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
And I'd appreciate any help you could
Are
provide,
you all
Mr.
right,
Evrart.
Harry? It's not like you left it low.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You
I don't
always
even have a
keep
better
at
chance
least
of
2
passing this.
barrels loaded.
Kim?
Officer,
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Fascinating.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking.
No, I'm
You're
not about
Mr.
to cry.
Dubois,
Okay, yeah, wow, alright.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences.
yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving.
Nothing you cop gives up.
So currently... how do we even pass that? What's killing us? The whole gun thing is killing us. Maybe if I stay standing up.
Before
Although that only
is
damaged my
the
health, but...
walrus of a man with with a mixture of expectation and impatience.
welcome, Mr. I'd offer you...
He looks
Maybe it will help my,
whatever. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois?
Please, Mr.
It's nothing. Yeah,
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
As he nods, his multiple chins move
I,
like ocean
too,
waves.
have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then,
Oh wow,
I'm
he
afraid I
straight up
must
won't talk
ask
to
you
us
to
unless we
leave.
sit in this miserable chair.
you're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
I don't think there's...
Excellent,
well,
Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and so tell me.
The chair you're
Oh, by the way,
that's not the
this
problem.
should
Oh
take
no, it
care
is
of
the
that
problem.
nonsense.
If I wasn't sitting in the chair,
It should
we
be
would have a better
sufficient.
wow.
chance of
That's
surviving.
25 real.
Is there anything you'd like to say? Cool. Now,
His slug-like lips move, but all the world is when he said, "Don't worry." He actually meant
are you
totally
all right,
got
Harry?
this.
It's not like you left.
it was loaded. There were
Yeah,
2
the only
bullets
way
in
we
it.
survive
You
this is just
always
by
keep at
blind
least 2
rolling this
barrels
28% checks successfully.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children you want.
Mr. Dubois.
Or if we
Despair creeps into
sprint out of the place,
Getting
go get an
fat
extra morale boosting item and then come back.
You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving.
Nothing you cop gives up.
Which is probably what we're going to have to actually do, because I don't see any other way to survive this. Can I look around the office without talking to him? Taxidermy fish that tells time. Okay, that wasn't very helpful. Okay. So I'm gonna go to Freet or something and find another morale boosting item because we cannot survive this conversation as it stands. Oh, it's snowing. How unpleasant. Anything else out here anyway? go down these. Oh, you can't go down these stairs. Oh, yes, you can. Oh. Oh my. Okay, so I've either got to find something in here that will boost my morale, or I just need to re-roll until I pass the check, which is a little harsh, really. Interesting, I can't get down there anyway, can I?
This is the night watchman's booth. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey the drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts.
Hopefully
Once
painkillers.
you take the painkillers, they
Oh,
are
nice.
yours now. Oh
Where's the
boy,
side effects?
where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death,
Sudden
erectile
death and hair
malfunction,
death.
critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
Alright, let's pop like 10.
Don't think about that. Quick, think about something else.
Disco, mirror balls, kick-ass moves,
The
boogie beat.
imagined dazzle of light overwhelms any list of potential side effects. Any negative thoughts are drowned out by the fantastic blast of disco.
When in doubt, just
You stand
keep
and
calm
exit.
and focus on disco. Okay, well that is more than enough morale boosters to survive the conversation with Claire. So, well, hopefully, I don't even know. I mean, there could be like 10 more morale hits for all I know. We're not in very good shape here, but should be enough. Interesting that once you enter the place, you're just locked into having to talk with him. And that he immediately causes you to straight up have a moral collapse. Alright, where were we, Mr. Evrart?
Is with a mixture of it.
Welcome, Miss. I'm Evrart. I'd offer you.
He looks
You go ahead.
whatever. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois?
Please, Miss.
It's nothing. Yes.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois.
So our real name must
I
be
concede
Dubois,
that you're a reasonable
incidentally.
man. And reasonable men. So tell me.
The chair you're sitting.
Oh, by the way, this should take. It should be sufficient.
Wow, that's 20.
Yes, I.
With a grin, he points to
Is there anything you'd like to cool? Now,
his slug-like lips move. But the world is swollen when he said
I know it's not like you left it.
it was loaded. There were
Officer,
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What should we pass the
God,
check this time?
You're sweating.
Nope.
Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry.
No, I'm
Mr. Dubois,
not about to cry.
you don't look so-
Surely.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here?
I like how we're
need
just
to cool the
popping
fuck
multiple pills as we have this
Chill.
conversation.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Apparently our name is Harry Dubois. The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. Just keep sliding down the chair like a jello shot.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water
You
or
didn't quite
something?
expect to
Are
outright
you
kill
having
us
some
by
kind of
picking this
medical
up.
emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
No, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois. Sorry, I just punched the mic.
don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an
Thanks,
odd
Kim.
demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions.
Yes.
Police officer questions.
1. You called me Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
So, my name is Harry?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you?
Sure am.
What are the odds of that?
Pretty low, but
I think the odds of that are very low.
you say that, Kim, and yet it is true.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
I think it's pretty obvious to him at this point.
I assure you, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Harry. You're among friends, and the good news is,
He taps on the folder in front
I
of
have
him.
a big fat folder on you, Harry.
Yes, that would be quite
I'm
helpful,
sure you have a
actually.
lot of questions to ask. Maybe I can help you out. I'm sure you had some concerns you thought I might be able to address. And you were probably right. I can.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Evrart over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. As you look at the folder, Evrart covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Well, that's not an RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
I have already pocketed 25 real from you, but yeah, the Census Bureau people are
You
more
got the name
corrupt.
from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Probably.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Right, so my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
Right. So, could you assist in getting a dead body down from a tree?
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Claire, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
Let me take the different approach. You're a community leader, right, Mr. Claire? Help out the community.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
Yes, it might. He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right, then clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that.
He hangs up and turns back to you.
You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you.
Well, thanks, Claire. So about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone.
Yeah, the gun's probably in his desk drawer right now or something.
Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Does this mean if I do things for you, I'll get my gun back? Yes, he could
Who
definitely
knows?
hold my gun
Only
hostage.
one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
I'm not going to be blackmailed with this gun business.
Harry! I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry.
I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands.
Right. About the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
Sensing a bat here.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
He's not going to do
But I
that.
can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines?
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Sounds extraordinarily shady, Evrart.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door would that be?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
What do you mean, a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
Puts his glasses back on. Why don't you open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat,
Clearly.
I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
I'll look into it.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just
Yes.
open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
Fair enough. You don't want to ask me how I got in?
Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
Yeah, I'm a big racist. It's basically like that in my head all the time. No. I shouldn't have even said that part out loud. No, it was just a tactic. I needed to get in. It's not like I'm a racist now.
Of course, Harry. Of course. You're not some kind of a
Oh
fantastic
no, we're gonna be
racist
blackmailed
now.
with being a racist
And
cop.
rest assured,
Wait, nobody
no
cares if
one's
I'm a
gonna hear
racist
about
cop.
it.
All cops are racist, so it's fine.
No one's gonna know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Okay, I'm also looking into this brew you're
I
making.
don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Okay, Evrart, I'm gonna leave now. We'll talk again later,
Wait.
maybe.
You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Oh, well, thanks.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Well, that went fairly poorly altogether speaking. Pretty sure we're indebted to a very questionable Union. You know, the Union itself, sympathetic. That guy, not so much. He Thanks for watching, detectives. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And have a nice day, detectives. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.